players get talking because they're dead on the desk. It comes down to the players any given day when it comes down to G2 versus Faze.
It does. It's a matchup that, like, you know, if either of these teams were having a bad period, the game would be elevated when they play each other, and you would see them play at their tier 1 level. They know each other so well. It's not like when you have a tier 1 team versus a tier 2 team. This is different. You know this match is going to be explosive.
Their most recent matchup, the most explosive, was Canadian Twists, locking it down as he has been. An uptick at the start of 2023. Nico. Little freebie there. But if you think that ult mid is entirely yours, you're wrong. Rain, yeah, he'll get his response back. JKS is dead and Hooksy takes the next duel. They're going to try to deal with Rain slowly, squeezing him from both sides. He's fighting. It's the knife out. Nowhere to run at that point. They hunt him down like a dog.
Oh, and he delays for time, and Brokey gets in position to slay.
Man, and then Kerrigan slips it. Dude, look at all these timings.
Ooh, but they're going to clear. Oh, my God.
Kerrigan shoots Modesty. Wastes no time. He wasn't sure where he was killed from, but not quite clean enough to get a second.
Yeah, 2v2. Things continue to get interesting. And it is a fake, and it's actually such a great move. They're responding immediately because they think that G2 are certainly going to commit. This is actually a big risk for them to run it back to the A side. And look at them, chasing ghosts on the B site. Not a single player there. What a call. What a call.
Kit bottom mid to be picked up for the retake, but it's a long road, and you got to get running. Twist is on like a 30-day gym grind at the moment. Brokey, I'm not sure. Twist will grab the defuse kit. Brokey's sweating back in CT spawn. A little delayed, but gets in. And of course, there's time, but it's going to boil down to quick peeks and even quicker headshots. Twist, unfortunately, 8 health, and if that kit gets dropped on short side, it feels like Brokey's just not going to have time at this point. So Twist getting into the bomb site is very critical. They boil it down to the wire, and, well, kit out in the open. It's all done here. It's going to indeed be G2 with a bomb pop in the pistol.
Yes, it gets a little confusing right there in the 2v2, but Hooksy has it all lined up. It comes down to the time. Like, that's the biggest advantage that they had. They faked B with a flash. Had the rotation over. If Brokey had stayed in position, it would have been fine, but, well, why wouldn't you think they would go B? If he had gone down mid or if he had stayed on A, those are 2 reasons why Faze would have won the round, so it was a risk from G2. It was just the right one. It paid off.
3 separate blindsides in this pistol, if not 4 if you include Brokey in the apartments. So everybody just trying to get a little sneaky at the start. A creepy crawling pistol round that gives Rops an M4, blinded and stuck. Oh, that jump is the bane of his existence. He has nightmares. Can't jump from it, can't jump past it. He spent a lot of time in that corner lately. And his M4 will remain there. Unless one of these Galils decides to pick it up, because everybody else has been smoked out. And with him dying, that was what they were banking on. A solo Rops M4, empty-handed, means G2 2-0.
Clean one. That was, sorry, what gun did he have?
He had an M4A1S.
Oh, yeah, that's a good gun.
Particularly a Print Stream M4A1S.
I got one, too.
Oh. Cool guys over here. Can you make that jump? Can you do the Rops jump?
The Rops jump?
Why calling it Rops? Just because it's been his kryptonite lately.
Smize and a snacky?
Yeah, what would you call this jump? The pallet to jump up here?
Pallet to flower, I don't know.
Pallet to flowers?
I don't know who did it first.
Flower pallet?
I wonder who did it first, if it was Smize or somebody else, but he showed that you could.
Flower pallet is now what it's, I've coined it.
Okay. I've done alt mid to that sort of small roofing alt with a P90.
Yeah.
Which is...
Didn't ask.
That now you have to do the whole game by yourself.
Yeah, I was going to say. Please don't abandon me. Please.
But that one I haven't tried. That one I haven't tried. That's the only reason I haven't done it.
We'll get you there.
It's one of those things where I'm just scared about how obsessed I'm going to get.
Yeah,
you know
right?
what I mean?
Yeah.
When I saw Robs doing it, I was like, okay,
yeah, this
would be me.
That hyperfixation.
With like half the talent, so twice as long, and I just don't have that kind of time. Yeah, I'm going to do it when I get home. I'll do it.
Okay. I await the proof. Nico gonna go size up top banana. Nico, as he does, capable of operating on his own. Smoke grenade for Kerrigan. Maybe that slows things down. We've still got a kit in the play. I mean, there's like the smallest makings of an upset here for Faze. It's mostly unarmored pistols. There's a lot of talent in those pistols, though.
Oh.
And the MAC-10 of Brokey, not going to let this one go for free. A site will fall beneath the feet of what's left of G2. Fight towards middle. Modesty tag down to 60. Smoke, though, will block them off. And Kerrigan has to wait for his teammates. Now, remember, there was that kit for Brokey, and he upgrades into the Galil. They still have enough tools to make this happen. Not to mention, Rain's flashbang could serve as the exit for Kerrigan out of balcony. He's also just picked up the M4. And again, kit, folks. Time, it's still here. Some to spare. Rain finds the 5-7 frag, and there you go.
Okay.
Just like that.
Man, I thought that G2 were going to find a way out of this because they're so good.
Team Ace.
At a disadvantage even of getting back frags. When they exit into pit and balcony, they're like the strongest team right now, but that was perfect from Faze. Took all the space they needed to back. And because they had a kit, they could really be patient, too, about the retake.
Oof.
Oh,
damn. Okay,
that
poor
helps.
Hunter. Yeah, that sure helps. There we have it. So everybody puts a kill up between the pistols, the MAC-10. We didn't quite see how Nico ended up dying to Brokey over towards Banana, but that Galil, him dying is what got the kit over, right? If that kit stays Banana, I don't know if Rain and Kerrigan have it. Kerrigan nades Hunter into oblivion, and Twists burns Nico on Banana, so they don't even have to shoot their guns. It's just utility with 2 kills and nearly a third, because Rain's down to just 21 HP. Hooksy with the Tech 9 can go pick one up off the crisp corpse along Banana. JKS holds. There's a slight gap there.
Oh,
Didn't
no,
see
actually.
it, though. Okay.
Might have been rotation, might be just our spectator smoke. Won't be a problem in CS2, but for now, we don't know if anything was spotted, but, well.
Ooh, boiler well held. It's a frag that delivers itself.
G2's true strength is being able to exec with low numbers on T side and still win. But this might be a bridge too far. 2 players. Like, I actually see this and I don't see them saving immediately. Like, that's how strong they are on this map on this side. So, Hooksy's at the top of Banana. Range. What? Oh, is there a visual glitch?
Yep.
Okay.
Fixed.
And Kerrigan's spotting. He doesn't die, though. And that's probably now the time where you just say no. 25 seconds left. HUD is just frozen for a moment.
It's like, man, I was like, how is there still a minute? Suspended in time. Okay. Well, this one fizzles out. Faze will take their second. Individual levels, when it comes down to it, is what we sort of paint this head-to-head as. Were you surprised when Faze upset G2 earlier this season, just last week?
Was I surprised?
Yeah, in the gap of level in between the players. Like, were you surprised that G2 came in cold? Because remember, we're talking about a G2 that also almost lost to EG Black, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so, not really. Both of these guys are just sort of the inconsistent top at the moment.
Okay.
They're the rocky peak of Counter-Strike. Okay, up there, Faze, G2. You could say heroic, even though they got their games close, but they still end up winning. You know, so I don't think heroic are there. Vitality aren't there. They're in the clouds. Vitality are in the clouds. Heroic are in the clouds. Faze, G2 are in the rocky peak, and then everyone else
kind of just trying to get up the mountain.
Trying to get up the mountain. They're
Where's
still
Cloud9 about? I mean, we've had
somehow. Yeah, they well.
That's also with Buster. That's not a fair question. We don't really know.
Well, there's like the rocky peak. There's the clouds.
Yeah.
And then there's God himself, Cloud9. Up there.
All the way up.
The very up.
But, you know, most rocky peaks also come with valleys.
Not at the top of mountains, no.
No? Surely there's a little downhill in there somewhere.
That's at the very bottom, though. That's the very bottom. That's
very
the depths
bottom.
of hell.
Oh! Who's
The
down
bottom
there?
of the mountain. James.
Yeah, James. No, you already said God himself. Oh! Speaking of gods, there's Desert Eagle's Nico. Nico's Desert Eagle.
God of the Desert Eagle.
And Hooksy to the top Banana Peak. So this one's got a little more pep in the step. Hooksy double entry. Just doing his own thing off of the pause. He shall tear up some turf into the B site. Easy plant. No problem. Faze are like, wait, live? Guys.
Live on 3.
They go walking down middle. And it will fall to only Twists.
Ooh, a full punishment round. 4-1 into alts. Monacy with a great angle. Twist down.
There we go. That's Hooksy.
Oh, is it Hooksy?
If you can hear it through.
Hooksy's the $1 million man right now. He's got a bionic leg. I think he exploded his ACL or something like that, playing soccer. And that's why you should just play a real sport like Counter-Strike.
More time inside.
Wouldn't get injured. But look at him go. Oh, wow.
Letting him know.
All right.
He's letting him know.
That's good. Kassad, you better hide, son.
I do love a fighting spirit. That was a Hooksy double entry into B. Never even looked back. He'll go try it again. Faze holding on to a good amount of utility. There's a slight gap on this. That Rain tried to peek through. Setup with the flash comes around. Not able to catch anybody slipping. We do have Brokey and Rops here, both on top of one another for the short side. Twist is going to get smoked off from Arch. Pressure most certainly on, but remember, player boosted, and Twist plays ahead of the smoke, so they are still trying to stop them right here on brackets.
They can't go into this. After that smoke, they have to wait. They're actually going back to B.
Peek off
and
Rain.
They're playing rotator setup. Okay, Nico, does he clear this? Wait. Oh, no, he fell off the boost.
Oh! Kerrigan lines up too.
Line.
You get Hooksy, you get Nico. And next up, you've got Hunter. And the shot's a little off, so Hunter will plant bomb 3v3 off that one, but we still have a fight towards Boiler. JKS lurking.
He never left.
Neither has Brokey. And with that, you've reopened the possibility of play the retake, surely. You've got all the grenades still. You've got plenty of time.
Here's the best post-plant setup. While Hunter plays on the left side of CT. This is... Okay, this post-plant is great when you have an op for Monacy. It can still work, but it's actually, I would say, very winnable here for Faze. So they'll have to take the peek in a CT spawn and try to get this kill on the timing. Monacy's timing is everything.
Burnt out. Oh, instant headshot. They know about Hunter. Can he do it? No. Brokey and Rops a kill apiece. And that lurk from JKS, once it goes down, it seemingly all gets unraveled.
Yes. Very nice patience out of Brokey. And that's the kind of moment where it's because these guys know each other so well. You know?
Sure.
It's the matchup where you don't even have to watch a demo to prepare because they played so many live matches versus each other. Like, I think it's something that you're very enthusiastic about showing up to play, where your aim matters less in a matchup like this, so you're more comfortable. So I think also your aim is better, almost. It creates for special moments in Counter-Strike. You get these two playing together. Any combination with these two, Heroic, I think, or another team, which is fireworks.
Fireworks every time. That's...
That was the pit grenade.
I'm telling you, man, there's some bad juju going on over in this corner. It's too close to the pallet, you know? It's on his mind. He lost his confidence in the corner. Maybe I'm reading into it. Maybe Robs is actually just going to lay down lead for a double kill.
He wants to use all his ammo.
JKS.
Great flash.
Oh, but Twist while blind, can't get away. And they know that it is just Robs, and they know that he just fell back, and he knows that they are coming. Off the tall box, blinded again, can't manage to get into the smoke, and that flash keeps everybody on high alert because the rotator's close. It's Kerrigan sliding in and dying out to Hooksy. Rain to take the same route. Same fate, same result. G2 win another.
Come through the smoke. They said, come on in, baby. We still got 3 up waiting for you. And we got flashes for days. They layered those into mid. They made that look very desperate from Faze. Rops the entire time. He couldn't get a fair fight here. He was up on the boost. You know, denied the trade, which was really good as they were swinging on mid. But beyond that, eating flashes like it was his favorite meal.
Yeah, efficient utility coming out of G2 there. Every step of the push had somebody blind. Robs was looking for that big play moment, but poke out his eyes. He can't do much. That's what awaits you if you wrap around Arch, but unfortunately for Faze and this cheeky stack, there's nothing coming its way. Not yet. Not yet. Hooksy off to a great start this series. I think that it's fair to still, have a conversation about the Hooksy and Kerrigan struggles in the frag department. Kerrigan had a little uptick last week. Had a great
Big
series
uptick,
versus Liquid.
Yeah.
Well,
Sorry, I thought you were talking about Liquid.
I was going to say, big uptick with Liquid, but small uptick on the event itself. Still mid. Liquid, banger. And we do have to discuss their shortcomings in that regard to their gameplay. Even though it's not their specialty, it's still important. Nico off oranges. Didn't kill Brokey. Pistols coming off the flash. Nothing. JKS, good cover. Coffin's players stuffed. Everybody dying here except for the G2 players. Although with low HP, Faze seek out some economic costs. G2's T side, always a treat. And this is no exception. That's another.
Yeah.
5 alive.
Giving him money. They tried to make him low, keep one alive to get that bomb to explode, but couldn't get anything like it. So G2 built up a huge bank. You know what the deal is watching G2 T-side Inferno. They are going to fry until further notice. So it's not that Faze can't get into this and interrupt it. Some teams have already proved it recently. But most of the time. Okay, we got the Zywoo pick here from Monacy. Oh, it's actually the double save. They've got a half investment for Faze.
Okay. Trying to get the real buys going. Oh, Rain had a chance.
That's not bad, Hooksy.
Good recovery. That flashbang looked like a golden opportunity for Pistols to rob away a round that they already have done with a similar purchase.
Hooksy said at the Crown Plaza back in Copenhagen, he had to have like one of those like assisted wheelchair rooms to do everything.
Oh, really?
Because his leg was that bad.
Damn.
So that must have been uncomfortable to have to play in. But he said now he can shower with no assistance. So
that's a good. You know what? That's a sign of a good day.
The things that we don't think about that we need to appreciate.
I know. I broke 2 toes last summer. I was stuck in a cast for a month.
I had to wipe his ass, folks.
Okay, dude. That was by choice. JKS choosing to stick around A yet again.
Bomb has been planted.
Nice. I mean, they're good at punishing here as well. And money actually, oh wow. It's rare that you see double saves these days. But because they did a half investment last round, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had a few pistols. All right. Wow! It's quick. It's quick. And if Hooksy had died there, I felt like a second one was going down with him. Rain's 5'7" was looking feisty. But so is this T side. Now let's see what comes out. Instant op out of Brokey. Obviously, they've been waiting around to buy up. FaZe Clan, if they're going to do anything on this CT side, clock's ticking. We're entering round 10 here as they stagnate on 3.
Well, G2 know what's up.
I don't know about you. I didn't have the Hooksy top frag bingo card ready. 12-4 at the moment.
You always got to keep it handy, though. It's the same with Kerrigan's, right? Like it happens once in a while, but
Oh, Nico's going to chase this.
this is
Rain.
hurt, but
Oh, man. Not ready for that. I'm surprised,
I wonder what
surely.
that looks like from his perspective. Yeah, heard the molly damage. That should have been a suspicious smoke, but I don't know what he could see. Either way, comfy for Nico. Sets up his team well here.
Nico sees all he has to, just ahead to shoot. Hooksy bests Rops on the corner.
Okay.
Short side, not Rops' playground so far. Brokey, you got multiple bodies coming at you. One already crossed. He misses his shot. Hooksy's just gonna get past it. I think he didn't expect Hooksy to be coming from the left side like that. Didn't realize one had maybe already gotten by his angle. This is a calamity for Faze. They saved up for this round and they get just as little, if not less than they did in the pistols.
Yeah, they're getting murked, man. That's a nice kill from Nico. Makes things a whole lot easier for Hooksy to call, but he's doing a great job on the entry in a lot of these rounds as well. Scared the life out of Brokey. Couldn't hit his shot, as you mentioned, crossed earlier. Hooksy's a very willing entry fragger, you know, and that's fine. I mean, it's easy to be selfless if you're, you know, not expecting great performances out of yourself. Like, it's, you know what I mean?
Twists.
But
for the road.
But to be the entry and deliver. For everybody on his team and everybody watching, he's talking directly to Kerrigan, speaking Danish, said, "Come new, bro."
And then come new Finn. Called him out by name.
Yeah, true.
By name.
Go get him, Twitter.
Does that count as name calling? Here's what Rain sees. Nothing.
Nothing.
Not a damn thing.
So Nico just has so much confidence with this. Like, he knows he ran through a molly, so...
Hooksy bested Rops as well on the angle. Nice little tippity tap from Nico to close it.
Come new, Finn. Neo, new coach of Faze. Love the haircut.
Said that he
also kind of looks like Bro / JKS.
Yeah, but not as much as those two look like one another. If you told me that JKS was Bro's father, I'd have to believe you.
His name is actually Bro Savage.
M4, MP9 pistols here for Faze. They're just not matching up so far. And it's not like they're not matching up to Monacy or Nico. They're not matching up to a Hooksy. Well, come new Finn. Finn has come for you. Opening kill. IGL on IGL violence. Kerrigan slips back into the bomb site. They weren't able to grab the gun off the dead body. So his teammate in Rain still just playing with the Deeg. But they like where this round has started.
Yeah. Again, I think G2 are very resilient in these situations where it could get scary for someone else. So grouping up with full banana control at car and knowing no one's pushed alts. Oh, that's a good setup, but Kerrigan with his brand spanking new M4 puts together 2 frags. And the high clear on the entry turns this to a 3v5. Now, again, I would say there's still a chance. There's no push out from the CT side into mid. There's no one going for a big rotation around a halls. No one in arch. There's a huge gap on the A site, which means they've got to still be scared and entertain the thought they could come here. Now, if G2 don't wait long enough, then that would be silly when the exec comes through. But now they got to start rotating. But still, 2v3. Kerrigan is going to mantle this whole round for Faze.
Just going to try. He's going to lean back and hold on and then swing and fall to Nico, as does Rain. Nothing else offered up from this B site. Nothing else being pieced together for Faze. MP9 of Rops smoked out. JKS off the top rope. He'll get vision of that soon enough. Oh, yeah, he knows you're there now. AK picked up and a boost on Banana. They're still close enough to pressure the site, although no kit. Spam from the SMG, just trying to squeeze G2 for everything that it's worth. And if they want to get crazy, I mean, you'd be losing a lot here with the AWP, the AK still in play. They're pressuring the bomb site, but this is just going to be additional costs now taken back by Faze. Sure, all of G2 will be swept away with the bomb, you'd think, but they got plenty of money.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if
and they might not die.
Doesn't die. He's actually good. Both of them stay alive, actually. So yeah, it could have been saved guns. Need to get Hooksy on the cast. You could do both right now. But this round didn't have enough in the way of ideas. Like, Kerrigan's plays were excellent, but playing like they had something to lose and 2-3 to sites when they had 2 kills in Banana on B to stop this attack, you think, like, this is the chance, you know, where you don't have a lot. Why not look for info on A? Why not work on other ideas on the other part of the map? Why is it just Kerrigan and his one game plan and his 2 frags to make that close?
Brokey can't hold on to his original angle. This one's got some pace.
Oh, what a sick.
Got a little zest. Flash misses Hooksy. He's going to pounce on Brokey. He has just called an all-out A-split, and into Rops's hands he goes. But his team's going to follow right through. They're going to slice through this site like nothing. And another round where G2 aren't even contested. This doesn't even feel doable for Faze.
When call out Hooksy for his individual level, I get it. But as a caller, bro, some of these setups and attacks, it's as clean as you could ask for, honestly.
Oh my God, they're 9-3 up. I mean, again, we've been rating the T sides, but also the record of G2 on this map in particular has been taking a dent lately. You know, most of their losses in the last 6 months, very recent. But this T side, man, this is when things go perfectly. Trying to hold on to their weapons. They lose 2 more. JKS is on an absolute tear to take everything from them, but Twists is safe no matter what. What they're not safe from is an embarrassing scoreline in this first half. 9-3 at least.
So this is a conditioning call and a call out for the 3B start. It's a gamble you throw in sometimes, but the Arch gap has been there multiple times for Faze. This is just the first time G2 have decided to exploit it. So running up mid, they see nothing. Hooksy with a perfect flash dodge. As they're gonna, it might have been a reaction to knowing how far he's gotten after the smokes landed, right? That's how, you know, into the weeds they are with each other, where you could understand that timing inherently. And another entry for him. And another round for G2. The only concern for me with Faze is not really a fair Faze in the series. Like, this half could be a total aberration. Like, you switch over, they could look great on T side. G2's T side Inferno can be this good sometimes, sure. Other maps, it's not going to be this dominant. But for Faze, the problem for me is, like, I don't see the idea machine working. Like, I'm not seeing lubricant between both sites where teams are floating and, or the players are floating and rotating properly. I'm not seeing a strong, you know, half of decisions out of Rob playing on lane. I'm seeing a little bit of aggression, but mostly Faze sort of crossing their toes and hoping their individuals carry the round.
Well, they haven't been enough yet. Kerrigan goes down, Banana swinging. He has softened up Nico nicely. We get the Nico op. Always a treat. Robs caught out inside of the apartments. That's going to keep the CT split. And that's Nico with 7 health, taking over the op from Monacy. Getting another one. Brokey's going to have to do something special here in the face of what could be the 3-man push, or a delayed hit elsewhere. G2 grouping back up. Still 3 full sets of utility on them as well, so they can do whatever they damn well please with this map.
I think Faze needs to attack their sort of insecurity about getting Hall's control and like thinking about pushing alt in some of these situations, because it's just been JKS there when it's not an A attack, you know. G2 haven't been overcrowding it or overplaying alt at all. It's just open for them.
Twists. There's a free one. Oh, Twists. 2. Pushes it into the doable 1 versus 1. At this point, you're playing for any round you can, so Brokey comes over onto Arch already. Monacy versus Brokey.
Full kit of utility here.
He heard that. Brokey's sliding through. Monacy slips into the back of the site. Brokey's close. Smoke's going to fade. He's still concerned about Graveyard, but he's also taking a quick glance back sight. Monacy comes out, can smell it, and that clutch gives G2 10.
Wow, quick change of course after missing the jump up onto the Vespa, and just goes back sight. Simple enough. Brokey can't find him. Maybe a scope. And as Monacy peeks, I'm not sure if there's an audio cue there. Looked like it based on his reaction, but
valiant effort from Twist.
Yeah, it is.
Mows down 2. Puts it at least into the 1v1. Winnable clutch, but Brokey losing track of his target.
So many great clutch players on both sides of the server at the moment.
Yeah, which is why we expect fireworks in a close affair, but G2 having none of that tonight. Faze shooting for 5. Into the apartments they go.
Yeah, this is kind of what I was hoping they would do. And, well, here's JKS. Oh!
Get owned just when you think Brokey's about to get the opening. The fallback's barely secure. Robs gets away on 19 health. Look at that. Beautiful. But it's still not a freebie for G2. They'll have to come back from the 3 versus 4. m0NESY taking some grenades to the feet.
Somehow could have been worse.
Little cache of utility here, but you gotta be careful with that jiggle. He'll make sure they can't take Banana either, and he'll leave. They've cleared out apartments in the meanwhile.
It's important denial of information, and G2 have had their way with the map in these mid-round situations, moving back and forth. So I really think the Faze A side of the map has been quite scared, and no bracket retake right now. Okay, Twist finally walking up, but is it to his demise? We'll see if he finds a good timing here. Looks like m0NESY's not going to clear him.
Yeah, it's an easy blindside. Opper down. Fallback also secured. But then HooXi's going to walk into the gap and then just hit a zinger of a headshot.
Rob's going to be hard to find, surely.
But he's also on 19 HP. Pops up, kills Hunter. HooXi now on high alert, has the information, but he doesn't have any teammates. HooXi, you got this in you. A 20-kill half, perhaps, with this 1v3. Arch player peaks. Now he's down to half, and Rain able to hit him from the other side. So Faze will grab a 4th.
Nice to have Twist walk up lane right there to find the kill. That set up Robs nicely. Such a good bait position as well, actually. And if they came out of halls, Robs could have peeked up for that, which I think is the original game plan. But it covers the option of Twist getting killed too. So we get a breadcrumb at the end of the half here for FaZe Clan. They search for dignity on CT side. And another hall setup. Not fearful of what just happened last round. That was a wicked spam from Hunter, but will it happen twice?
It was so precise. So on point.
Yeah, I just like this so much better.
The apartments play?
Yeah. Because they had problems with JKS late round. Oh, Robs. Oh! I think they exchanged glances for a second, but Hunter was a little too ready.
Yeah, Hunter sees the hat. Kerrigan can't manage to bring it back. Nico 6 health. Shooting for 11 with what seems like a free B site, but Rain comes out with a double. Finishes what Kerrigan started and drops m0NESY. Twists and Brokey with nothing to lose in the 15th of the half. JKS still lurking around over on A as he does. Twist is just going to run in, deals with the support player first, and now HooXi about to get pinched. Smoke on Banana means that rotate, that late lurk from JKS has to run over, and it's going to be denied any vision of this bomb. They have another smoke for the bomb itself. JKS just has to hope he hits the shot.
They have re-smoked this, so
first one fades. He's going to try to find the angle again. He just got Brokey off. Twist! Oh my god! Oh, 2 headshots!
And for him to show this kind of attitude, I think is great. No matter what happens, you're still here to play to win. And act like you're the best. And look at him go. 18-9, winning the half, and potentially setting their team up for a 1 Inferno, which that could dictate these series. That's how G2 got so many of their, their series at the beginning of the year, is just having to say Inferno is free every single time. They could just guarantee it.
Kind of like 9 on Vertigo.
Except G2 are good at least 2 maps.
Well, there we go. G2. Dual Berettas between m0NESY and JKS. And no arch hold, but a very curious Hunter. Peeks off short, taps into 2. Ooh, this map's feeling bleak.
He sees him running away, so CT's need to go to mid, but okay, they smoke in CT spawn. This slows things down. The CT's on the A site can go slow. Yeah. Let's see if there's an interesting idea here for FaZe, I
mean, you gotta wait the smoke out, because pushing past dual Berettas on tree seems too tall of an order. Brokey just missed a little glance from that mid peak, and so now the timing of the flank's going to catch him off guard. He just cleared that. He just cleared it the same way m0NESY does the tree.
He did.
See you, suckers.
Yeehaw. There's not enough time. There's a certain point where you come through the flank where there's simply not enough time for the other team to do anything about it. They can know you're coming, but they still have to go forward to the site. They still have to trade out. They still have to get a bomb planted. And that's one way you press a man advantage. So that's, in G2's mind, easy. First 2 kills, that's a wrap. No mistakes from there. G2 on 12. Faze on pistols.
Well then. I saw Kerrigan in the elevator yesterday after their win versus the Ninjas in Pajamas. I said, hey, Finn, pretty good day. And he said, yeah, except for that first half. And he was a little disappointed with it. But then he followed it up by saying, but all the other halves were great. And that ability to turn around half by half, well, let's hope he can apply it to this one in terms of map by map. Because it doesn't feel like G2 are going to let off the pedal. Full throttle, full steam ahead. Can hear the Lanxess calling. This is an advancement match at the group stage, and it's a fast one. All the pistols down, full house on the brackets control. It's a massacre of the masses.
Yeah, so you might certainly feel like this is over, but G2 or Faze need to win some rounds here on T side at the very least. Like, not one of the teams going to ride off on a comeback, but certainly one that I'm going to doubt in the series if they don't put anything together here on Inferno.
Just a hailstorm of bullets coming out of Arch side. Every T walking into it's dead. But
G2 are just a team that can punish pick Inferno versus anybody, even though everyone plays it, you know? So, come on. Let's see what you can do.
Sliding around, but not going in yet. Feels like G2 are just very boisterous with some aggression right now. They're ready, they're ready, they want it. Hooksy looking to rack up more frags. He's got that bloodlust from the first half, and he's got 2 teammates on short, plus the support of Arch. I mean, if they press out from this phase, these rifles could just get slapped. Even with MP9s in the mix here, they're well positioned.
Yeah, if they wait long enough, CTs might walk into them. The R-trap smokes with no bracket control, that's interesting. They get the CTs to fan out, and they don't see anything in mid, so they're starting to think that it's a B site. This could be a clever fake, actually, by Faze. They're doing this, I think, on purpose. Calling out the fact that they had mid control. So they get them to rotate 1 back, and now we'll actually commit towards A.
Good job at unraveling the original setup. They just died in it the round prior with the pistols. They calculate and come back with guns. It's Rain to try and just sprint into the pits. Hunter's spot, good for 2. Peeks wide, 3 and more. Robs is already almost his 4th. Modesty sits and waits, and they deliver a 14th to G2's feet.
Wow. Just the sheer power, basically, of these entry players to stop it. I mean, Faze get the round they're looking for. An A attack with not 4 people there, an A attack without bracket control. And they do that by throwing these nades to make it look like they're faking and going B. G2 try to call him out, but look at the pressure that Hunter puts on lane. He's got a couple of multi-frag spray downs now. At this point, he's having a great game, and they can't come up with a single entry.
It's always a good day when Hunter's towards the top of the board. I think during some of G2's biggest peaks, Hunter was a very clear piece of their success. Him and JKS have both taken a bit of a back seat as the struggles have...
Yeah, Hunter has a high bar to set. You know, he's regularly around top 10 as an individual on the year. Like, it's not talked about nearly as much as Nico or Monacy, but...
Yeah. He lives in a big shadow, but Kerrigan sees nothing but shadows, stuck in the smoke, spammed down just by being close to that doorway. And G2's 15th couldn't look easier. Bomb is still back on T-ramp, so even with a little bit of footwork out middle, Faze aren't going anywhere. Nowhere except map 2. Honestly drops another, still no answer back. Rops is going to take a shot at him, and the kid doesn't miss. 15 and 7 is Monacy now, racking up frags, getting up there with Hunter and Nico and Hooksy.
Hooksy, the final boss at G2 at the moment.
MP9 versus 2 Deagles with Nico back in spawn to help hold cross. There's no smoke, so it's desperate. And as they cross out into the open, they get shredded. 15 for G2. They haven't even broken a sweat.
Yeah, they got a bunch of sharing plates out, happily sort of putting food on each other's plates. Everybody's eating here for G2. No one really taking the lion's share. JKS with a score of 9-8 is the least impressive scoreline on this team at the moment as they're about to close the map out. And he ended the last half with that 1v2 clutch.
Leave it to JKS. Doesn't need all of the highlights, but he'll give you one. He'll make sure he gets his. Utility pressure coming out of the banana play.
Man, what if they win this map and Faze only have at most 9 kills?
I mean, we were trying to sell the people fireworks in this matchup. It's absolutely what happened last time. We always say it comes down to the individuals. Well, I see 5 individuals who have all found their groove. Individuals who sat down, were pumped up and amped to take it to Faze. A recent loss fuels the revenge that G2 have been playing for here today. And this time it doesn't even look close. That is, of course, Inferno. Got ourselves a best of 3 to move on to the Lanxess Arena. Twist is going to get boosted in Banana. Has a chance to kill Nico, but misses the headshot.
Chance, man.
And we've got 40 seconds now.
He was alone.
Send a tremor down the setup, and G2 could pull another one over. He's going to play within the smokes, just on the base of Orange. Player jumps up into him. Kerrigan's dead.
And it's a fake. They don't even move. They know the strat.
G2 haven't moved a muscle. Modesty sat here the entire time, and G2 just sitting on ice as that bomb gets dropped. What an absolute call-out. They don't give a damn about your banana pressure. They don't give a damn about your Inferno. They don't give a damn about your win last week, because today